What is up, guys? This is Mateo's Politics here, and I've done one prediction of Julian Castro versus Trump in the past, although it was like half a year ago because he was he was before seen as one of these huge, prominent Latino figures for 2020, and now he's just seen as a small one, like a McAuliffe or Steyer or Schultz, like a who is this guy type. That's because the Beto movement has hurt him, and they're both from Texas, which is also an interesting factor. So, I know I have made Castro win Texas in the past, but you have to understand that was a while ago when I didn't know too much about election predictions. I got the general gist with safe states, but I wasn't too good with predicting battlegrounds. A bit low battery. And also, I've been overestimating him too much, so I just need to be honest with myself now. Um, safe states for Republicans. This is Trump. Don't forget that. So he's definitely a strong figure, but I mean, it's possible. I realize I made him seem like a Kamala Harris God type candidate, like not quite Biden or Sanders, but like a God, very strong type. But now it's. I'm gonna be honest with myself to the point where it's possible he loses or he wins. So there are people. Oh, sorry, I just see my new kitten. He's looking at me. He's really shy, hiding under the bed. He's looking at me. Got him like a week ago. So yeah, anyway, he has a strong Latino appeal. I mean, according to 538, there are five different types of Democratic groups. I'm gonna make this now a background. So there's the millennials, which are young people. There's Latinos. There's blacks. There's the left, just like Sanders, Warner, Ocasio, or Gabbard style. Then there's the they call the friendly part, which they'll vote on experience and stuff like that. So those might be like Clinton supporters. Um, so Castro is kind of a bit under average, according to 538, with every single one, except he's maximum with the Latino population. I mean, the only person who could be stronger than him would be someone like Ocasio Cortez with the Latino community, and so she won New York because of the Latino population. Okay, the black voters did not matter. Okay, the whites would of course go against her 100%, but the black vote did not matter because she would be a god candidate with Latino votes. She would just run all of them off for the street to go vote for her. Castro could do the same, maybe not the same potential. I'm gonna make Colorado and New Nevada safe for him because, well, um, definitely they're definitely have high Latino populations. The whole Rust Belt is definitely gonna be a battleground. I'm actually gonna make all of Maine a battleground, except for this district. Oh shoot, one's gonna be safe. There, that looks good. That's because he has not had name recognition up here, and he's not too popular either. Well, right now, if I argue for name recognition being the reason why he lose in the Northeast, I'm being hypocritical because whenever people argue against me and saying, "Hey, someone like Klobuchar would not win an election because of name recognition," I say not true because if you're a Democratic nominee, you're gonna be known. People are gonna know your name. They're gonna know stuff about you. And they're gonna know you and your face. So I shouldn't use that. But he's not. He's generally not too popular up there. I know it's because he's from Texas. Okay, Trump is all the way over here. Look at how close that is to New Hampshire. And also, even in New York City, I've been asking 100 people. Well, I'm planning on having a sample size of 200 people across the state of New York, asking them who they vote for in Democratic primaries. And so Castro is one of 8 options. Right now, Sanders is in the lead, only because of vote splitting, though. Biden is in second. Booker and Harris are tied in third. So right now, out of the 8 candidates, Castro is the only candidate up there to have 0 votes. He has 0, not even 1. And there are other write-in candidates like Michelle Obama who are write-ins, and they have like 4 votes. He could definitely bring out Latino turnout in North Carolina, possibly black too, because they'd rather him over Trump. Oh, another one of my kitties. They're so cute. Look at them playing around. Can't see them. So if we're honest, we go here. I'm not gonna say that going for Castro. Same with yeah, one district from Maine. He's not gonna have the white appeal. He's simply way too disliked. Samuel, I see you. um. So I mean, look, he's not straightforward. That's the only thing I don't like about him. He gave a speech. He was running for president. But he's not straightforward like people like Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, where they say these are issues, law and helping the suppressed people. See, they're straightforward. They know their stuff. They're saying what they're for. That's why the supporters are attracted to them. Oh shoot. But Castro he's not gonna win if all he talks about is his grandmother Victoria and how she came to Texas from Mexico because I saw a speech at the 2012 convention. He was talking about her, and then he also spoke about it in a 2016 interview. I believe he speaks about it in his new book. And then he spoke about it for like 2 minutes straight, or 5 minutes straight, in his announcement for president in that speech. So I don't know if you don't have any clear reason to become president, you're not gonna get the votes. Because there are people who want to be president for specific reasons, and the others who just dream to be president because it's their fantasy, and that's sadly Castro's case. Texas not going to go for him. Wisconsin's definitely not. I feel like that state, especially with Mike Pence's being from Indiana, his appeal definitely helped Trump in the Rust Belt, as well as Trump on his own. He won in Wisconsin by about 1%. And Castro has no white appeal, no black appeal, just Latino, although pretty strong with that. Look, I've actually gone a bit moderate over the years. Well, 2 years. In 2016, I mean, I didn't exactly know what socialism or communism was or what the difference was. Um, Although I was a hardcore Sanders supporter, I remember getting really upset and like being like trash talking about Hillary for the whole entire summer after that fateful day on June 7th when Bernie Sanders withdrew after the convention. For the whole summer, I was kind of like trash talking about her, and then I rooted for her hardcore in the general election. So I didn't like it because I thought she was too moderate and she had too many scandals, while Sanders was way far left. And I didn't know what socialism was, I just knew he was far left, and I liked that better. Then in 2017, I got this really, really very moderate opinions, kind of like a really businessy kind of democratic views like Andrew Cuomo, where I definitely had democratic political views, but I was very corporate-y, very businessy, and I was kind of like a bit I want to say like um a bit patriotic in the sense that I wanted the U.S. to dominate the world and have like no superpowers to threaten it whatsoever, like it be strong. So I guess I'd be a type of person. I'd be the don't spend more or less on the military type person in 2017. Then by 2018, I understood socialism. I became socialist again, or my ideas became socialist again. But then over the months since 2018, like by mid 2018 and now in 2019, I've kind of gotten a bit more moderate to the point where I have more like Joe Biden, Kamala Harris type views. Well, yeah, to the point where I'm like a Joe Biden supporter because I am a Joe Biden supporter right now. He's got the experience, he's got the appeal, he's got the strength, and I'm not the type of person to vote for somebody based on how well they do. I don't care if they're all the way at last place in the polls. I'll vote for them. I'll vote for them if they have my ideas. And Biden's that person for me because I've gone a bit more moderate over the months. Um, I definitely see Arizona going for Castro because Kirsten Sinema won there in 2018, and she was a moderate. And you had Angela Green, Green for Green Party, running, and for 3%. And although she withdrew in like August, she still split the vote heavily in November, and she got like 3% of the vote. That should have damaged Kirsten Sinema, who's moderate and or centrist. And as you know, all the centrists like Joe Donnelly in Indiana, Claire McCaskill in Missouri, Heidi Camp, North Dakota, and even in Florida. We'll get back to Florida. Kirsten Sinema, besides a huge moderate, talking about how she worked with Trump sometimes and she did not agree with their party a lot, she still won in Arizona by a solid 1%. Same situation with Florida. I mean, people do say that it drifted away from Democrats in 2018, but it didn't. Bill Nelson was very inspiring, and he only lost by 0.1%, more like 0.12%, 0.12%. He was not inspiring. I'm sorry, but he was a 76-year-old man, kind of out of his hype, and inspiration. Not a great speaker. But he still almost won. And Rick Scott was governor, so don't forget that. Also, I've seen Andrew Gillum. He was definitely good, but his speeches didn't inspire me too much. I mean, it was just kind of like, okay. Yeah, we go to Pennsylvania. I see it going for Trump. I've seen his support there. There's huge white and Jewish populations there. It's another Republican, and if Trump won in 2016, he can win again. Trust me. North Carolina, it's gonna go for Castro because the Latino population, as well as a bit of black population. I've always predicted in my other prediction I've given Castro North Carolina, and I'm sticking to that because he's got the Latino appeal. Um, Two more states, Minnesota. Michigan, I'm gonna give to Trump. Simply because of the white population. The Castro, I'm gonna give him Minnesota. You know what? I guess it's the map. So yeah, guys, it wasn't too close or by too much of a large margin because yeah, Trump's approval rating is definitely low according to Morning Consult in the Rust Belt, but Castro could edge out him in Minnesota. And well, best case scenario, let's say Trump's approval rating lowers. I'm gonna give him Michigan, okay? I'll give him Michigan. So mind you, guys, if his approval ratings continue to go down, because since since his inauguration, it was crashing down until about the Charlottesville incident in like mid 2017. It kind of steadied out. So it kind of stayed at general 40, 39, 41, 42% approval rating, and it's steadied since there. Hasn't gone too far up or too down. It's kind of stayed the same. So I used to make the Democrats win by huge margins in 2020 because I predicted that Trump's approval rating would continue to crash in 2020, but it hasn't. It stayed out. So that's why I've been making him win by smaller and smaller margins, although still landslides, because he is a very weak candidate, Trump. But yeah, if it does continue to go down, I'm gonna give Michigan to Castro. If it doesn't, I'll definitely give it to Trump. I should just make it a battleground, okay? A straight up battleground. No, I've seen Let's Talk Elections do it. I don't like doing that because it kind of makes people upset. It makes me upset. I'm gonna give it to Trump now, but mind you, if Trump's approval rating does go down, it's gonna go for Castro. Thanks for watching this video, and bye.